Hi everyone, it's Miss Madeline. Welcome to a math class. We are going to work on lesson number 5, so please open up your books on page 779. Tile rectangles to find area. You can find the area of a rectangle on a grid by counting the number of unit squares. If a rectangle is not on a grid, you can find its area by tiling it. The dimensions of a rectangle are length and width. Find the area of a rectangle at the right by tiling it. That means that you're going to draw little squares in between to find the area. Now, how are you going to do this? It says 8 units. That means that you need to make 8 rows, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then it says 3 units. You're going to draw 3 rows to make. How are you going to find the area of this? You will multiply. First, you need to count the total. The total of unit squares is 24. So the area of the rectangle is 24. Tiling the rectangle results in an array. Remember what is an array? The array has 3 rows and 8 columns. Find 3 times 8 is equal to 24. So to find the area, you just multiply this number by this number. Okay? Now, what do you notice about the product of 3 times 8 and the total number of units squared tiled in the rectangle? They are the same. Next page. Find the area of the rectangle at the right by tiling it. So, what are you going to do first? You draw 6 rows, and then each row should have 5 units, okay? Now, you count the total number of unit squares, and there are 30. So, the area of the rectangle is 30 square units. A much easier way is by multiplying 6 times 5 or 5 times 6, which is 30. So, what do you notice about the product of 5 times 6 and the total number of units square tiled? The rectangle is that they are the same. 5 rows of 6 columns is equal to 30. Now, next page. Tile each rectangle to find its area. Draw unit squares on each rectangle. So first you need to make 6 columns, as you can see, and in each column there should be 6 rows. So you count the total number of squares and the answer is 36, or 6 times 6 equals 36. Number 5, you need to make 5 columns, and each column has 4. Then you count the total number of unit squares, and the answer is 20, or 5 times 4 is 20. But make sure you divide, okay? You need to make the columns and the rows. Now, 4 columns of 8, 4 columns, and then you make 8 rows. 4 times 8 is 32, and you count each unit square. Number 7, 3 units, 3 columns, and 4 rows. 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, now find the area of each rectangle without tiling it. So let's say that we do not make 9 rows. How are we going to find the area? Well, we need to multiply 9 times 4, and the answer is 36. Okay, so this is my equation. 9 times 4 is 36. How are we going to find the area of number 9? Well, you're going to multiply 7 times 6, which is 42. Now, next page. This page page we are not going to do it, or let's see. Let's read it. Lucas built a sandbox for his younger brother. The length of the sandbox is 7 feet and the width is 5 feet. Now, this is very important for you guys to know. This part is called length. This is the length, okay? And this part over here is called width, okay? Now, width is ancho and length is largo de un objeto. So make sure you understand this well. This is length and this is width, okay? Now, he says that the sandbox is 7 feet and the width is 5 feet. So how are you going to find the area of this? You need to multiply 7 times 5 is 35. So the area is 35 square feet. Square feet is área de cuadrado, okay? Number 11, Perry created a one-page greeting card for his mom. The greeting card has a length of 6 inches and a width of 3. How are you going to find the area? By multiplying 6 times 3 equals 18. The area is 18 square inches. Now, next page. My homework, okay? Now, this is a homework helper. You need to please pay attention to this part. First, we were explaining to find the area of a rectangle by doing tiles, which is the little squares, right? Now, if it says 7 units, that means that you need to make 7 columns, right? And then you're going to make 3 rows. Now, after you do this, you count the unit square, and there are 21 square units. Another way is that you're going to multiply 3 times 7, or 7 times 3 is 21. So when you are making tiles or multiplying, the number has to be the same. Let's do number 1. Tile means that you're going to divide into rows and columns. Tile each rectangle to find its area. Draw unit squares on each rectangle. So you're going to make 6 columns and 4 rows. And after that, you're going to count the unit squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way, and there are 24 square units. For number 2, you're going to make 5 columns and 3 rows. You count the unit squares and the answer is 50. Number 3, find the area of each rectangle without tiling it. So that means that you're not going to make columns and rows for this part. How are you going to do this? You're going to write a multiplication equation. You do this by multiplying 8 times 7 and the answer is 56. The same in number 4. You're going to multiply 3 times 9 equals 27. The answer is 56 square units, unidades al cuadrado, to find the area. Number 5, write a multiplication equation to find exercise 5 and 6, the answer for 5 and 6. A piece of poster board is in the shape of a rectangle. The length of the board is 2 feet. So this is the rectangle, the poster, and it's 2 feet. Remember that this is length, and then it says, and the width, remember that this part is width, is 1 foot. Okay, so we multiply to find the answer. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 square feet. This is very important, square feet. Number 6, a rectangular garden has the length. Remember that this part is length, largo, 8 meters and a width of 5 meters. So we multiply 8 times 5 is 40. The answer is 40 square meters, metros cuadrados. Number 7, circle the number sentence that correctly represents the area of a rectangle in square inches with a length of 4 and a width of 10. To find the area, you need to multiply. So the answer is number of 7 is the second one, okay? Hope you understand. Bye.